Have you ever been out and you're with a group of people and then someone walks in and it's just like all eyes are on them? That person is magnetic. They have an aura. They are just giving off all of this energy of confidence. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, how can I get some of that? You know what I'm saying? How can I look like that person? How can I be magnetic and come into a room and just have everybody look at me? Well, you're at the right place because on today's episode, we are going to talk about confidence, okay? 2025 is right around the corner. I want the ladies to go into 2025 having more confidence than you guys did in 2024. Having confidence is such a game changer. It allows you to have access to be around more people, okay? It allows you to status climb, and it just gives you an easier life knowing that you're confident, knowing that you are capable, and knowing that you're the shit, because you gotta be the shit if you're watching this video. So go on ahead and stay with while I talk about confidence and the steps that you can take to gain more confidence. Okay, let's get into it. The truth about confidence is that confidence is a skill, okay? Confidence is not something that you are born with. When you deal with little children and little children are trying to, do well at a skill, you have to affirm their performance. If you don't tell them that they're doing good, if you don't tell them that, keep it up, you're doing a good job, they're never going to be confident in whatever skill that they're learning because they are not receiving any feedback from their performance. No one is inherently confident. Confidence is a skill that you have to constantly work on and that you have to build upon. Confidence is not something that you are going to just have and then you're going to always have it, okay? Confidence fluctuates because you're not going to feel amazing every day. You might have different surroundings where you may feel uncomfortable. That may impact your confidence. And so what you have to do is just the way that you would talk to a child to reaffirm their performance and to reassure them, to let them know that they're doing a good job. That's how you have to be. You have to talk to yourself the way that you would talk to the child version of yourself. You're beautiful. You're kicking ass at your job. You're doing everything that you need to do to lose weight or buy a house. Keep it up and keep going. Self-talk is so important because the way that you speak to yourself manifests physically into the real world. So if you're telling yourself that you suck at your job, you're ugly, you're fat, that is going to translate into how people perceive you. The way that people view you is the way that you view yourself. Most people struggle with confidence due to three things: fear of failure or judgment, focusing on flaws instead of strengths, and comparing yourself to another person. When it comes to fear of failure and fear of judgment, I can guarantee you that in life, you're gonna fail and someone is always going to be judging you. No matter how you try to avoid failing, no matter how hard you try to manipulate and contort and change yourself to allow other people to feel comfortable and not judging you, someone's gonna be judging you and you are going to fail. You have to learn how to embrace failure. All failure is just a sign and an obstacle that's going to redirect you in the right direction. That's all that failure is. Failure does not mean that you're not worthy. Failure does not mean that you're not good at what you're trying to do. All failure is a sign that you have to pivot in another direction and improve on something. The only way for you to become better is through failure. And when it comes to judgment, nothing in the world that you're ever going to do is going to protect you from not getting judged. We are humans. We have eyeballs, okay? We have societal standards and societal norms. Whether you know it, whether you realize it or not, someone is always there judging you. That's how the world works. You have to let go of your fear of failure and judgment, because those are two things that are guaranteed to happen. So you might as well get comfortable with it, because it ain't nothing that you can do to avoid it. Focusing on flaws instead of strengths. We live in a world with social media. You know, if you're a content creator, it's very easy to follow other content creators and think, oh my God, I'm only at 1K subscribers and this person is at 100,000 subscribers. Or you might be looking at your body and then you're looking at the IG models' bodies and you're like, oh my gosh, like her waist is so snatched, her booty's so big, her skin is so clear. How come I don't look like that? And so you start raining down on yourself because you don't look like that. You don't have the follower count or the subscriber count that these other people do. And so what happens is that you start comparing yourself. When you are finding yourself comparing your performance, your looks to other people, especially when it comes to social media, unfollow everyone that doesn't look like you. Unfollow all of the people who are making you feel less than. You are running a race alone and in your own lane. At the end of the day, you cannot be like another person and no one can be like you. Comparison is the thief of joy. And the reason why comparing is guaranteed to make you unhappy is because you cannot be like someone else and someone else cannot be like you. So there is no sense in you comparing yourself to another person, because you're never going to be that person. You're never going to be that person. And the things that you can change, you actually have to be willing to take actionable change. You cannot sit here and complain that you don't have the amount of money that you want, you know, you're not doing as well as you want, when you're not taking actionable steps, okay? We can't do any self-loathing over here, okay? We are all about changing what we can change to build our confidence. And it's because we want to do it for us, not because we're looking at the girl on Instagram, not because we want to be like the person, you know what I mean, that we're striving to have the same subscriber count and all that stuff. You are in your own lane. And so the only comparing that you should be doing is to yourself. Your last performance. You need to be comparing your current performance with that last performance. If you're trying to change your body, you need to compare how you looked last month to this current month. If you didn't look any different, you're not doing any actionable change. If you're not improving with whatever it is that you're trying to work on, then you have to implement more actionable change to get what you want. And what's going to happen is, by doing this, your confidence is going to naturally increase because you're not comparing yourself to another person. It should always be you against you, nobody else. You against you, because you are in control. When you're comparing yourself to other people, you are allowing what they do to control you. And so you're basing your standards off of what they're doing. No, base your standards off of what you are doing, because you are the one that has to level up from what you did last time. When it comes to focusing on flaws instead of strengths, we tend to be very, very hard on ourselves, because normally the only criticism that you're going to receive from people is going to be negative. We give a lot more attention to the negative as opposed to the positive. But if you do that, you're never going to be happy with what you've created. You're always going to feel like you're not doing enough. You're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be proud of yourself. You need to highlight the things that you like about yourself. You need to highlight and be proud of the things that you have currently accomplished. Because when you're constantly raining down on yourself about how you look, what you haven't done, what you need to improve on, all that's going to do is create negative self-talk. And then what that is going to do is that is going to make you less motivated to want to get better, because once you have this full list of all of these flaws, you're gonna be like, okay, what's the point? Like, I have all of these flaws. What's the point of me even working toward anything? You are not a flawed individual that just has all this stuff wrong with you. You're a human like everyone else, and no human is perfect. Focus on the things that you are good at, and you can slowly start to improve on the things that you're not so happy with. But highlight the things that you're good at. That's naturally going to boost your confidence. It all goes back to your self-talk, okay? How are you talking to yourself? Be kind to yourself. You should be your own best friend. If you have your best friend, you're not gonna sit here and tell your best friend all of their flaws, all of their negatives, all the things you don't like about them. So why would you talk to yourself like that? You know what I'm saying? If that would hurt your best friend's feelings, if that would hurt the child version of you, why would you do that to yourself? Your feelings are valid, your thoughts are valid, your opinions are valid. However, not every flaw that you perceive is actually a flaw. It's the things that you're thinking that, you know, is a big deal. It's a big deal to you. It ain't a big deal to other people. That's the thing when it comes to flaws and comparison and things like that. You care more about it than other people do, I promise you. No one's paying attention to the things that you're freaking out over. Trying new things also builds up your confidence because you tried it. Even if you're not good at it, at least you tried it. And that's something that you can celebrate. I went out with my homegirl today and she was telling me how she did skiing and she did snowboarding and she said she didn't like it and she wasn't good at it. But instead of her being like, I suck at snowboarding, I suck at skiing, I'm never gonna do it again, she was like, you know what? I wasn't good at it and it really wasn't my thing, but I'm just proud that I did it. Not everyone can go out on there on a whole slope of snow in decline on it at a high rate of speed. Not everyone is willing to do that. There's a lot of people out there that are super afraid to do that, but there's a lot of people who their confidence will get knocked down because they didn't become this black diamond skier the very first time that they did it. And it's like, but boo, you did it. So congratulate yourself. Be proud of yourself. You gained an experience and you tried a new skill. That's a big deal. I promise you. Aside from how we talk, confidence is also nonverbal. So when that person is walking into a room and they are magnetic, everyone is paying attention to them. All eyes are on them. They haven't spoken a word yet, and it is because of their nonverbal communication. Your shoulders have to be back. Your chest has to be out. Your chin has to be up. Smile on the face. You have to realize how important your body language is. I did modeling, and body language was such an important thing that we studied because without someone talking to you, you can tell what type of mood that they're in. Like, have you ever seen someone come into work and like they're coming in, they're stomping, they're throwing all their stuff up on that table, and without them talking, you already know they're disheveled, they're upset, and you're gonna ask them like, oh, what happened to you? What's wrong? Is everything okay? Because their body language is telling you that something is not right. And so you gotta have that chin up, shoulders back, chest out. You're gonna have all of this open so that the energy can just come on out of you. And people are gonna pick up on that because you come off as inviting, okay? You come off as being bold. You come off as being confident. And so naturally, people are going to be curious. People are gonna wanna flock to you because your body language is telling them, I belong here. I'm the shit. I'm confident. All eyes need to be on me. All eyes need to be on me at all times because I'm worthy. I'm deserving. I'm confident. I'm that girl. Confidence also comes from you learning to no longer seek approval. I knew I was confident when I quit reaching out to other people whenever I needed advice. Or if there was a decision that I wanted to make, I no longer reached out to anybody else when it came to me making a decision. I go to myself for my own advice. I make decisions because I know how to make them because I'm confident in myself. I trust myself. A woman who is confident will never have to seek approval from other people in order to do something. You are so confident in yourself. You know yourself so so well. You trust yourself so much. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need anyone's advice. You don't need anyone's input. You already know you got this, and you are doing it regardless of what anybody has to say. You cannot let the approval or lack thereof from other people stop you from doing the things that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you gotta live with the fact that you didn't do it. You gotta live with the fact that you let another person convince you not to do something because you were scared or you were nervous or you didn't feel like you were good enough. Do the thing, okay? What's the worst that's gonna happen? You know what I mean? You may get embarrassed. You might get rejected. No one has died from rejection. You have to understand that confidence is an internal thing. No one outside of you will ever be able to build your confidence up. So this is the reason why the comparing, the looking for outside approval, all of these forms are an external locus of control. Nothing outside of you should be controlling the narrative on how you have of yourself and what you're telling yourself. What you are telling yourself and what you do for yourself is more important than what anyone else has to say. You don't need permission to be great. The moment you stop caring about what other people think is when you take your power back. One of my favorite ways to build confidence is to learn something new. You can go to a dance class. You can learn a new language. In order for me to create content, I literally had to teach myself how to edit, had to teach myself how to make thumbnails. I had to teach myself so many different things, and it's built my confidence. Confidence is easily built through doing new things and trying new things, because a lot of people underestimate the fact that people are so fearful to try new things because people are afraid of failing. People like to do things that they are familiar with because they're good at it already. Confidence is built by working through things even when you're not good at it. There are so many people that are afraid to go back to school or create content, dye their hair. They're afraid to do all of these different things because it's out of their comfort zone. Comfort is what keeps you stagnant. Comfort is what keeps your confidence low. You should be aiming to do and try something different, because once you try it, it'll give you a goal to be like, okay, I tried it. And if you liked it, you can now set small little goals to improve on whatever it is that you've tried. And that's naturally going to build your confidence. Competence breeds confidence. Next, we have to talk about self-care and appearance. Like I said at the beginning of this video, whether you like it or not, someone is always judging you. So you might as well give them something nice to judge. The first thing that people are going to notice when they see you is your appearance. Do you look put together? Do you smell nice? How much effort are you putting into your appearance? No one is going to care about you if you don't care about you. So if you're leaving the house looking any old kind of way, what message are you sending to other people? And this isn't to say that based off of other people's perception of you, it means that you need to change and manipulate all of these things about you. However, are you really going to go to a job interview with pajamas on? No. So when you step outside, look like somebody. You don't have to go all out. But when I go out, I like to look like somebody. Your appearance, it's gonna take more time for you to get ready. You may have to wake up earlier, but I promise you, you are going to have a spectacular day when you woke up a little bit earlier and you put time into yourself. You decided to do your makeup. You decided to do your hair. You decided to put on a nice, cute little outfit. It's going to improve your confidence because in most cases, you're gonna like what you see in the mirror. And don't be afraid to do it because you're afraid of what people are gonna say. Because if you went from not caring about your appearance and all of a sudden you care about your appearance, people are gonna have something to say. Well, where are you going? Who are you trying to look nice for? None of your business. I'm doing it for me. I wanna look good. And people are gonna try to make all types of comments because they're going to feel threatened by the fact that you're now trying to improve your appearance. You're now trying to look well put together. That's a them problem. You're focused on you and trying to get this confidence through the roof, and your appearance is one of those things that is going to give you that confidence. One thing that I don't do, I never save outfits for a particular event. Like if it's a really nice dress or something like that that might look like it would be very fancy, I don't even wait to wear those certain clothing items for an event. I just put it on and wear it. And people will like ask me, well, where are you going? I'm just going out. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going out. But I want to wear that clothing item because of how it makes me feel. And so when it comes to your appearance, when you are dressed nice, when you're put together, naturally you are going to feel so much better, especially once your internal is together. Because when your external and your internal is matching, you're a full body person. You're a whole person. And that's the goal. Your appearance is going to allow your confidence to go through the roof because you're investing time into yourself. You're investing effort into yourself. You're learning how to do the makeup. You're learning how to do the hair. You're learning, are you cool toned, warm toned? What's your undertone? You're learning all of these things about yourself to enhance your beauty and also to enhance your confidence. And it is nothing wrong with that. Whether we like it or not, we live in a judgmental and superficial world. People are paying attention to how you look and people are judging you based off of how you look. I remember when I was overweight, I had this mindset where because I was overweight, I felt like I wasn't worthy of getting my nails done or my hair done or putting on makeup or putting on certain clothes. And so I just used to wear baggy clothes. I wanted to hide myself. I did not want to be visible because I didn't like what I seen in the mirror. You kind of have to fake it until you make it because sometimes your inside won't match your outside, but you can change your outside a lot quicker than you can your inside. So you have more control over your appearance, and that's a quicker action that you can take while you're working on your internal. Your worth based off of how you look, you do not have to be worthy of having yourself put together. You don't have to be a certain size to wear makeup or to wear certain clothes or to wear your hair a certain way. You can do that regardless. At the end of the day, I want you to step outside of the house feeling amazing because you deserve to feel amazing. There is no point of you living this life not being happy and confident with the skin that you're in. You deserve to feel confident. Confidence is about progress, not perfection. The most confident people in the world mess up. Just because you messed up, don't ever let messing up or failure knock your confidence down. That's the reason why you need confidence in the first place, is because you've let your actions, your mistakes, or the actions and words of other people knock your confidence down. You have to understand that these are just normal human experiences. And at the end of the day, it's nothing to feel bad about. Who cares you made a mistake? Who cares you embarrassed yourself? Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep it moving. Keep that chin up and keep it moving. A part of being confident is knowing that you're always going to bounce back. People who are confident don't rain down on themselves when they mess up or when they don't reach a goal that they set. Confident people understand the art of bouncing back. Confident people look at mess ups and say, okay, I messed up, I'm gonna do better next time. The thing about confidence is understanding and knowing that you always have an opportunity to do better. Do not let one mess up one time knock your confidence down instead of giving yourself another opportunity to become confident at it, to become confident within yourself. You are robbing yourself of multiple chances to build your confidence. So don't just strike out when you're at bat one time. Keep on swinging. Keep on swinging until your confidence is through the roof. Long-lasting confidence comes from self-acceptance, not accomplishment. You have to learn how to like yourself regardless of any circumstance that you're in. Listen, I am not at the current weight that I would like to be at. And the old me would feel just so down and would just feel so insecure and would just lack so much confidence. And it's like, I didn't have any confidence because I wasn't detached from external things. My confidence was only based off of me accomplishing. Once I lose this 15 pounds, then I'll have my confidence. But see, I was in bodybuilding and I got super small, and that did not not instantly cure me to gain confidence. That did not instantly cause me to have more confidence because my internal did not have any confidence. I did not accept myself. When you have confidence, you are going to accept yourself at all the different phases of life. You are not going to go in this life and just remain the same 24/7. Your appearance is going to change. Your career may change. The people around you may change. Where you live may change. And so you have to understand that despite all of these external things changing, you are who you are and you love who you are. And that is what allows you to be confident despite the ups and downs that life is going to throw at you. Confidence is all about knowing your worth regardless of any situation. Even if I gained all the weight that I had lost before, I am still who I am, okay? And because of that, my confidence is always going to remain and it's always going to be the same throughout any situation because I've built it enough to reassure and reaffirm my worth. I have 3 quick confidence boosters that you can do on a daily basis, and I guarantee you are gonna feel so much better after you do these things. So I talked about your appearance and how important it is for you to have the proper appearance so that you can have your confidence high. While you're doing this, play your favorite song. Play anything that's going to hype you up. I like Cardi B, I like Meg Thee Stallion, I like Glorilla, because all of that music is like, for me, it's very empowering, it's very uplifting, and there's a lot of YouTube people that I will listen to while I'm getting ready. It naturally makes me feel better about myself. And even if you're not where you want to be, fake it till you make it, okay? You being on the trajectory to where you wanna go, that is more work that you're doing than just doing nothing at all. Another thing that I like to do, I like to pose in the mirror, okay? I like to pose in the mirror and dance in the mirror and just like tell myself how awesome I am, tell myself how much of a bad bitch I am, how smart I am, how intelligent I am, how funny I am. Start listing off all of your qualities that you love about yourself in the mirror and tell this to yourself. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're caring, you're empathetic. Those are all internal qualities that no one could take away from you. Only you could possess those. And that's worth celebrating. That's worth complimenting yourself on because you gotta think, not everyone is empathetic. Not everyone is caring. Those are important qualities to have. So tell yourself that you have those qualities. That way, you can be proud of yourself regardless of what happened. The last thing is to remind yourself of 3 accomplishments that you achieved. Even if it's something as simple as waking up and going to work, especially if you dread going to work, that's an accomplishment, especially if you ain't want to go. If you got up earlier before work to get your face together, you put on your makeup, you did your hair, give yourself a standing ovation because you went on ahead and you woke up early to put your face on, to get your looks together. Also, building confidence doesn't have to be complicated. It just takes practice. Choose one tip from this video and apply it today. That's all for the video today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you ladies in my next video. Bye.